If you guys are tired of getting ripped off when you buy a car, listen to these tips. Number one, you need to know what a deal looks like. You can go to Kelley Blue Book, you can look on the marketplace wherever you're buying, and you can compare prices. That way you know if you're overpaying or if you're getting an amazing deal. Kelley Blue Book is a great tool and starting point for comparing prices, but remember the market is going to be the most accurate because it's live data. And if something's been sitting on the market for over a week, you can check that on Facebook and these other sites. So that's the most important. Once you figured out what a good deal looks like, number two is going to be deciding if you want to go to a car dealership or a private party seller. Using your knowledge of what a good deal looks like, you can sort of see if you want to go through a dealership or go through private party, because either way, you'll know what a deal looks like. If the price is right, then you have to look at what each scenario comes with. Private party, you're going to have a lot more questions. And with a dealership, you're most likely going to have more information on the car, as well as a chance to buy warranties and things like that. It's true that you can save money by buying from a private party seller, but you have to realize the risks that come with it that we've experienced personally when we used to flip cars before we started our dealership. Common mistakes people make when buying from a private party seller are not checking the tags, checking the title status, checking if it's salvage, checking if it has structural damage, and just checking the car mechanically, because a lot of the time the private party seller doesn't even know that they have problems with the car or problems that are coming up, because most people aren't mechanics. At a dealership, you're most likely going to have more knowledge on the mechanics of the car, and it's all going to be legal. You're not going to have a tag scam, you're not going to have a title scam. Everything is legal because it has to be at a dealership. So if you can find a dealership that's giving you the right price, then you're going to want to go with that one because it's just safer and easier. But if you're looking for a much cheaper price buying private party, you're going to end up with some issues that you didn't know about, and you might have to pay a little extra out of pocket. So it can either even out, or you might have gotten a good deal and just gotten lucky. Either way, remember that you have to protect yourself, and a car is still your responsibility. If you're buying the car, it will now be your responsibility. You can't go back to the private seller and ask for them to fix things, or the dealership, unless you bought a warranty. So remember that buying a car is your responsibility, and the blame will be everything will be put on you after the sale is made. You either come prepared, buy a Carfax, do whatever you need to do, have a mechanic come, pay a mechanic to come, put a little extra money in if you want the security. Third tip is for negotiating, whether that's with a car dealership or a private party seller. Both have room to negotiate. Both have it baked into the prices most of the time, unless it says firm. But even then, you can almost always get a little better deal. And if the price that they have it listed at is not a good deal, as we know what a good deal looks like now, then you can obviously lowball them really far, because you're not going to overpay for a car. If the deal is already good, you don't want to overstep that boundary though. So you want to play it in the middle, and it's not always easy to negotiate, but you want to get good at that because it will get you a deal. And if the deal is already good and it's sitting there and you walk away from it, you can guarantee that it will be gone because someone else knows what a deal looks like. And that works the other way as well. If the car's overpriced, they're not going to sell it. I can guarantee that it will not get sold because most people have Blue Book. Most people can check pricing. Why would you pay for a car that's priced higher than almost every car on the market and higher than Blue Book price? So just to recap, you want to remember that when you're buying a car, you want to know what a deal looks like. That's most important. How are you going to get a deal if you don't know what a deal looks like? That's just common sense. Number two, you want to know what comes with a car dealership and what comes with a private party purchase. So you want to know the differences, the pros, the cons, and see which works best for you. And then you want to negotiate the right way. And you also want to just protect yourself. This is an as-is most of the time. It's a used car. It's going to be an as-is sale. So protect yourself. Do your due diligence. Like anything in life, you want to make sure that you take responsibility for what you're about to do. You're purchasing a car for a lot of money, so you want to make sure it's the right choice. These tips are super doable, so just make sure you follow them. And any other tips that you can find on YouTube, make sure you're just prepared for the process, because you want to make sure you get a good deal. And maybe if you get a good deal, you can show somebody else how to get a good deal, and we can make this whole market a little easier on people. and not so stressful and secretive. If you want to make sure you don't get ripped off again when you buy a car, and you want to know more than your buddies about buying cars, go ahead and give us a follow. We'll have more videos on buying cars, what to look for when you buy a car, fixing your car, painting your car, all types of videos. We own a car dealership, and this is what we do. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.